As I sit here, 2 days removed from one of the most shameful events in American history, the violent assault on the United States Capitol, I find myself reflecting on that horrible day and realizing that I, as a pastor and a Christian, have a responsibility to speak up and speak out about what is happening in our country today. The voices of people of faith and religious leaders of all faith traditions need to be heard in the midst of these troubled times. If I fail to speak out, then I have failed as a religious leader, and my silence makes me complicit with what has happened. If my faith does not compel me to take a stance, then what good is my faith? Why even believe in Jesus if that doesn't make a difference in how I live and what I stand for and what I stand against? We witnessed this past Wednesday a violent insurrection, an attempted coup, a blatant effort to overturn the legally cast votes of American citizens, to keep in power a president who lost by a wide margin, and to destroy the fabric of our democracy. All of this was encouraged and fueled by the incendiary words of the current president. We have endured for 4 years now countless conspiracy theories and thousands of lies by a president who embraces white supremacists. We witness with shock and horror the desecration of our Capitol building. We saw angry and violent people with Trump flags, Confederate flags, swastikas, crosses, and signs saying, "Jesus saves," and "In God we trust." It sickened me to see my faith usurped to support a violent effort to overthrow our democracy. This was not a protest. It was a terrorist act. And to imply that Jesus or God was leading this movement is hypocrisy and is an affront to any person of faith. The Jesus that I know would not have been a part of that angry mob. The symbols displayed by these predominantly white supremacists were not only an affront to all Christians, but a direct threat to people of color who have been marginalized and treated differently because of the color of their skin. The Confederate flag is not a symbol of the South. It is an intended reminder to all Black people of the horrors of slavery. It is a racist flag, and it has no place in our society today. People of color today are rightfully outraged over the fact that when they protest peacefully, they are tear-gassed, beaten, and shot, while white supremacists, white terrorists, can commit an insurrection, be treated in a much kinder and gentler way, and be called patriots by the current president, and receive his thanks for what they did. This moment in history is not a moment for people of faith to be silent. We are all created in God's image, and we must step up to condemn the violence of this president's followers and the racism that they stand for. Yes, we need to try to find some common ground. Yes, we need to work to discover ways to better understand our differences. But there are some things that are not negotiable from a faith or moral perspective. There are clear moral principles and clear teachings of Jesus that are not up for negotiation. There are not good people on both sides. When those standing on one side are white supremacists fueled by racial hatred and willing to resort to violent means to overturn our democracy. I encourage us as Christians to join with people of other faiths in condemning this assault on our freedoms and to commit ourselves to prayer and action to bring healing, racial justice, and reconciliation. The words of Chronicles 7:14 are a good reminder to us. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. Violence, lies, racism, and white supremacy have no place on the agenda of the Christian church. The image of Jesus Christ is not one full of violence, power, and racist acts. The symbols we saw in this terrorist act do not represent Christian values, and there was nothing Christian that we witnessed in this insurrection. At its core, this movement is an attempt to hold on to white Christianity and to preserve the United States as just a Christian nation. Our nation has never been and never should be just a Christian nation. Our strength lies in our diversity and the rich contributions from people of all faith traditions. Hold on to hope in this trying time. Pray for the healing of our nation. Believe that truth will prevail. Believe that our democracy will emerge even stronger. Pray that we might become a more inclusive nation. Pray that the kingdom of God might become a reality here on earth as it is in heaven, where all are welcome, all are heard, all are valued, all are loved.